We're doing our first exercise, which is lat pull downs. You'll notice there's several variations of hand grips you can use. Rick is using a palms under hand grip here. Dr. Pete, as a chiropractor, is there any particular back exercises that are beneficial to someone who has back problems?
Boy, it's real important when you have a weak spine or a weak low back that you have to strengthen it. This exercise is fantastic for that, okay? It doesn't put that much stress on the lower back. Get a good stretch. We'll be doing a few more in a couple segments, and I'll recommend those for people who have weak spines.
Okay.
So
25.
25. Okay,
Yeah.
Pete, you're up next.
Okay.
You'll notice that Dr. Pete has an underhanded hand grip as well. Again, we're getting a complete stretch. This offers a wide range of motion. All the way up, all the way down.
Come on.
Great.
Try and keep them elbows together. You'll feel it more in the lat.
That's it.
Yeah. Come on,
That's
Pete.
it. All the way.
Good job. Up slow.
Pulling all the way down to the chest. You always want to get a complete range of motion. This allows people always wondering, you know, what can I do to get the muscle bigger? Okay, working the muscle over a wide range as possible is very important. This really allows us in this particular movement to develop that all-important V taper.
Yeah, I like it.
All the way, all the way.
Woo! And 30.
Jesus, 30. Are we doing an endurance workout today or what?
He's got to do that, you know? I
Well, you know, a lot of
15.
times it's the quality, not the quantity, you know? We're taking a little bit of a light day today, so we really want to get a good contraction, good negative rep, and really concentrate on things. Come on, Boyer.
Come on. Work that back. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
There you go.
That's it.
Up slow, get the negative. Come on.
When you're doing a close grip, it gets a real good pre-stretch to the lat muscle. Okay, more so than a wide grip. Wide grip tends to expand the shoulder blade so you get so much width.
Come on, boy.
But with the close grip, you're really developing the lat muscle more.
Right here. Now, if you needed a spot, I'd be right here. Remember, with this movement, you don't need a lot of weight. If you use too much weight, you're going to use a lot of bicep.
Okay, good. All right, good, sir.
All right, Shawn, stretch a little bit. Next movement, boy.
Okay, our next movement is going to be barbell row.
All right.
This is kind of a granddaddy movement of back exercises. Notice before we were doing lat pull downs, that's working for the V taper. Here again,
which grip you want me to try?
try underhanded grip.
All right.
Same as we were doing on the lat pull down. This will give you the thickness in the upper back area. You'll notice on Rick here, these muscles really contracting when he pulls up in a fully contracted position.
It's really good too because with the underhand grip, you're putting less stress on your low back. It forces you to bring it in a little bit more rather than having it out. It's a little less pressure on the low back.
All the way.
Way to go, Rick. Notice how he's keeping his back nice and flat too. Head up. Beautiful.
You notice he's not cheating or jerking the weight up. He's doing a full fluid motion. You want to really isolate the muscles you work. You don't want to get any other secondary muscles involved.
Come on, take your time.
I'm going to use the underhand too.
Okay.
Now also, you know, be cautious of keeping the elbows a little closer. You'll feel it in the back here. Come on.
This really adds to that thickness in the all-important upper back area.
Take your time, nice and slow.
That's
Control it. Get the negative.
Great.
We'll stretch at the bottom.
All the way. Hold it
there
at the
you
top.
go.
That's it.
You see how the lats come forward?
Right.
He does that, boy. Stretch.
Yeah.
Come
Right.
on.
All the way.
Good.
Good. Good.
All right, now Boyer has an excellent back here.
That's it.
So when you're doing it, I'm going to point out what's happening here. Come on.
All
It's rep day today, I can see.
Okay.
Rep
What I'm going to do is catch an overhanded grip. This will not only work the back, but it also brings the rear deltoids into play a little bit.
Now, by doing that, do you bring it higher up or lower to the waist?
I usually bring it higher up.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
You get a full contraction at the top.
Okay, come on.
And if you have a low back problem, please don't do this exercise. This is not a safe one for you.
You see this here, all up in here. His rear delt, his traps.
Yeah, you can see
Excellent.
just about everything up there on Boyer.
Come on, Boyer.
Come on, Boyer.
And you know, by bringing them elbows back like that, it involves all this rear delt action right here.
Right, exactly.
Come on.
Well, that's what the lat does. The lat brings the elbow back. So when you have it low, you use a little bit more of the lower lat. When you have it high, you use a little bit more of the upper.
Come on.
Delt.
Come on, Boyer. Let's
Come on,
go.
Boyer.
Let's go. 5. Come on, make them work. 4. Yes. Come on. 3. Come on. 2. There you go.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Beautiful. I'm following you.
Okay, our next exercise is low row.
All right.
What do you want on there, Rick?
I'll try that. See how it feels.
Okay. Okay, here again, we're using a neutral hand grip, and your arms actually just act as hooks. You're really pulling with the back, not with the arms.
That's it. Come on, Rick. Again, the spot on this one would be holding right here. Okay, giving him a little bit of assistance. He doesn't need it now because we're going light today. He's really concentrating on a rhythmic contraction of the muscles.
It's very important. See how fluid his motion is. He's not jerking. He's really not using the arms. He only actually has hooks holding on to the handles. All the work is being done by the back muscles as he pulls back.
Boy, would you say a good tip is to visualize those elbows coming back? Think more about the elbows.
Also, I always feel it good, too, a little bit more when you actually contract and hold in the back.
Right.
Fully contracted position.
Let's go, Pete. Come on. That was a good point, Boyer.
You notice that Dr. Pete sits completely upright. Just wants to work the back.
Come on.
Great. Pull it in.
Come on forward. Pete. Get that stretch.
That's
Yes. Bring them lats out. Right here. Elbows
Hold
back.
it. You get in that fully contracted position for a second.
Come on.
Great.
Come on, Pete.
Notice again how form is very important.
Come on, Pete.
He's not jerking the weight.
Slow.
That's it. Give him a
Good
spot.
form. Good form.
Come on.
One more. Yeah.
One more. Great. All the way. That's it. Good.
All right, baby, you're up.
My turn.
Okay, do it up, Boyer. Show us how it's done.
Now watch Boyer's back here. You'll see all the lower lat here. When he brings the elbows back, you'll see all the definition back here. Come on, baby. Yes.
It's real
forward.
important, too, to have flexible hamstrings on this exercise. When you're sitting down, you want your pelvis to come forward a little bit so you get that nice arch in the back, stretching the hamstrings. So if you're a little tight on this one, stretch those hamstrings out.
And keep the knees bent. If you lock your knees, you're going to put a lot more stress back here.
Exactly.
Come on, Boyer, let's go.
All right, back. Come on.
Pull it.
Come on.
Pull with the elbows, not your biceps.
Come on.
Come on, Boyer, give me 2 more.
Show us how it's done, Boyer. Come on.
Squeeze. Good job. Come on. Squeeze.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Boyer, now, what's a good finisher right now?
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go back to chins.
Okay.
But instead of using a neutral hand grip, let's do them wide this time.
I like that.
Another granddaddy exercise.
I used to do these with Robbie. At the end of the workout, a killer. In the beginning, you could bang out 15, 20.
Oh, yeah.
You do them at the end.
Yeah.
Well, let's just see how many Pete gets.
I don't think we need any additional
2.
weight. He may need a spot this time.
3. I got you.
Show the correct spot.
Right here. 4.
Notice that chin is just barely getting up over the bar.
Come on, baby.
Come on, Pete.
6. Come on. I'll get it up.
This is a
7.
great finishing movement.
Come on, how many you want?
Really put the pump, the total effect on the back.
9. Look at
That's
this.
it. All the way, Pete. Come on.
Oh, man.
Good. Good.
Wow.
Starting off with this T-bar rows. A little bit unorthodox here. This is not a fixed machine apparatus. This is one with a freestanding bar. I'm actually standing on the back of this bar to stop its backward momentum.
Right. Now, I think what this right here is a mass movement for the back. Is that right, Shawn?
Yeah, it works basically the middle portion of the back, so that when you go into that rear double bicep, you've got some curves in there.
All right, Kevin, you're
In
up
fact,
next.
this is an exercise that I need to do more of because I could use a little more.
Okay, I got
He
you. Go
needs a
ahead.
little bit more back. Come on, let's rock and
Okay,
roll.
come on.
Now what this is going to do, this is going to take your breath away, basically. We've all got 3 different vices here. I've got straps, Boyer's got gloves, Kevin's over here wearing wrist straps for support. So whatever feels good.
Good, great. This is going to add the thickness to the middle part of the back. Now this doesn't work the V-taper that everybody's after, but it's very important. Not only works the back, the thickness in the back with the traps as well, even rear deltoids. Come on, Kevin, pull it up.
You roll.
Come on.
Good stretch.
Okay, all right, you're up. Come on, Shawn.
One strap in.
Okay, you notice that Shawn is using straps, wrapping it around the bar to secure his grip better. Good. That's it, all the way. Come on, Shawn.
He's also getting seems like he's getting a full stretch at the bottom.
Right.
You know? Now, Shawn, when you come up, are you arching your back at the top and squeezing
just
it?
a little bit.
Yeah, it's important to arch that back at the top because that's where you squeeze and contract those muscles at the very end. Great. That's it.
You can
Squeeze.
actually see the muscle that's working.
Right. Squeeze, Shawn. That's it. Good. Okay. All
Now, the
right.
reason why this 5 is here, we might as well make this note. The reason why we have this 5-pound plate here, when we want to go up for more weight, we just roll the weight over here on top, and it's easier to take it off and add on. So that's why that's there.
Okay, let's quit stalling here and get on to our next back exercise here. Next movement we're going to be doing is 1-arm dumbbell rows.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Basically the same movement, except now you have more of a concentrated, isolated situation here.
This is also one of my favorite exercises because on this exercise, you can support yourself and get a full stretch, and you also can go pretty heavy in weight.
Now this will definitely help you with width, won't it? Because what we just did over there was thickness. This is what's going to widen and broaden our back.
Right.
Again, as you go up in poundage, I know I've seen you working out with 150, 160-pound dumbbells. For easy repetitions,
Right.
you're going to need to strap in.
How does that feel, Boyer?
Feels good. Warrior's winded. It's starting to rock and roll.
Now, I see how you're just bringing it like up to your chest. Do you sometimes try to get back a lot further than that?
Yeah, you try to bring it up as high as you possibly can and stretch it. It's all about full stretch and contraction. No part. I got it.
All right.
Shawn's kind of anxious here.
Yeah, I'm watching Boyer.
That's
Shawn,
good.
I'm gonna push you. Tell 10 more minutes.
Come on.
You know, here we go.
You know, Shawn strapped into the dumbbell to secure his grip. Good. That's it. Get it high. Come on.
Come on, Shawn.
Pull it now. Great.
Let's go, baby.
One more.
That's it. Keep it going. Good. Okay.
Boyer, how many reps are you doing?
I normally do on this exercise about 8. I keep the reps low on this, but I like to use heavy pounds.
I'm going 10, man.
So I normally keep my reps slow too when I'm working with free weight, you know? Because I have a tendency to go heavier than when I'm on the machines.
Right. Well, for maximum muscle stimulation, the rep range should be between, say, not less than 6, but not more than 12.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
depending on the poundage, for sure.
Right.
Now,
Let's go.
Okay.
Special about this, Kevin?
huh?
Anything special about this?
Not really. Just normally, you guys got 100s, but I normally use 150s.
Throw that in there. I noticed Kevin's also got his knee on the bench. I was doing them straight, standing up. What kind of advantage does that have? Where?
Well, it takes basically whether you're putting your knee on the bench or off, bending over, supporting yourself, takes the pressure off the lower back area. It just stimulates the area you're working.
Right.
And also, it's good to breathe, you know? Inhale and exhale.
I'm fighting for oxygen right now, and we really only
That's it. Pull.
two
Good.
serious back exercises. This
Good.
is one where you'll start to see stars and get lightheaded and dizzy sometimes.
That's it. Pull it,
But
Kevin.
it's always very important to control the weight.
Yes.
You notice how
A lot
not
of
only...
guys, excuse me.
Well, I'm sorry. I just wanted to point out to the audience how it not only isolates the back, but the rear deltoid as well.
All right.
Good.
And a
Pull
lot
it.
of guys, they'll go real heavy on exercise that they do, but they won't have good form. So form is really important.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this last back exercise.
I'm gonna lead off on this one.
Okay.
I gotta use actually a weight that I can pull down, because sometimes I need a spot on this.
Okay.
My body weight's only about 215 right now.
pull you in?
Yeah, give me a pull down. We'll do this to the front. Go ahead.
Ready, Ben?
Yep. All right.
A typical workout with me would be warming up with 225 on the flat bench, maybe going up to 400 for reps of 8, 4 sets of 8. Then I move to incline, where I'll do like 4 sets with 315 for 8 reps. Then I'll go to heavy flies, you know. I try to keep it basic and simple, you know. A lot of guys get confused and mixed up because they'll try so many different exercises for this muscle group. And it's really not necessary, you know. Just as long as you keep it basic and simple, then, you know, that's the best, you know, way to do it.
We all have favorite exercises that we do. So if you do have a favorite one, boom, 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 boom. Maximize it. As strong as you can, highest reps you can. Sometimes I've come back to the same exercise 2 or 3 times in the same routine.
I like training heavy, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna do something different.
You gotta watch how heavy you go, because you have to have good form when you do all exercise.
Yes.
Okay,
You know, so long as you train and you control the weight. What are you doing here?
How many dumbbell? I'm gonna do some dumbbell pullovers.
You want 85?
Yeah, 85 pounds. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab it in tight. All right. Great. Feet hanging off the edge of the bench, and stretch it all the way down as far as you can, and bring it all the way up.
So normally you would do the pullovers across the bench, right?
You can do it both
the way
ways.
you do it works more for the back, right? For the
Right.
lats.
Oh,
Gives you
yes.
more stretch for the lats. And it's not working mainly the chest.
Right. Yeah, the stretch
Now-
is what's working the back.
How heavy do
really
you normally
see the
go with
stretch
this,
here.
Shawn?
I won't go over 85 pounds.
The reason why I ask is because do you need a spotter around or a partner when you do this exercise like this?
Hand you the
No,
dumbbell?
not necessarily. If you start getting up into heavier poundage, you may need someone to hand you the weight.
Now-
And it's very simple.
I'm gonna go across here like this. I hope the bench don't break. This is one of my favorites that I like.
Anja, the point you were trying to make earlier is that yes, this does definitely affect the chest exercise. That's why it's a good transition going from this exercise, boom, right back into
Yeah.
chest. So
This is
finishing
what
up
we're
with a
gonna
good
do.
stretch. Yeah, stretching both the back at the end of the workout and warming up the chest
Right.
for what's next.
Right. And you see wonderful how long the chest
Yes.
gets and the back gets.
It helps
the
also
legs get.
expand the ribcage
Yes.
as well.
You have to inhale a lot and exhale it
Yeah.
out again.
Controlled breathing
Yes.
is very important. Why don't you give it a shot?
Hold on.
How's that go?
Feels good.
Stretch it out.
Feels real good.
This isn't an exercise you have to go 150 pounds, because really, the more weight you do, it's not necessarily gonna, add a lot of size. This is basically a stretching
And if you
exercise.
really want to increase the deepness of your rib cage,
Now,
I noticed
inhale.
how you have your hands on this.
Yeah, there's two variations. You can grab it like she's doing, which is very safe and controlled, or you can go the overhand, underhand grip on the middle portion of the bar. And it just comes down to comfortability.
Yeah.
It's working the same thing, though, basically. Don't make it too complex. Bodybuilding and body shaping is basically all about simplicity. The more complex you make things, the harder they're going to be, and the more confused you're going to be. Okay? Let's go through it. Let's go backwards. We'll go through this one more time.
Okay.
The most complimented body part over the most recent years is my back development, in the sense that a couple of years ago I was being criticized for being a little bit narrow. And there's nothing better as a motivator than constructive criticism. So I went to work on that, paying much more attention to how much poundage I was using and how much intensity I was putting into it. It was one of the least favorite body parts to train, and now it's one of my favorites, because if you have a great back, that speaks for itself. If you don't, then you're automatically defeated.
Completing our high-intensity back workout, we've worked the lats that contribute to the V-taper. We did the rowing movements, which contribute to the thickness in the back. Now we're working the spinal erectors, or the lower back area, to complete our back workout. Rick is doing stiff-legged deadlifts, which not only work the lower back area, but contribute to hamstring development as well. Good.
All right, Rick. All right, let me ask you a question. Now, when you do this for hamstrings, a lot of times you won't come all the way up.
Right.
Now for lower back, you want to come all the way up?
You want to come all the way up and actually contract the back at the very top.
All right, come on. Let's go, Pete.
That's it.
Squeeze.
Perfect form. Perfect form.
Come on.
Come on, get it.
Now,
all the
some
way.
people bend their knees, some people don't. Is that just individual flex?
I think basically that's a personal preference. Rick.
Flexibility.
Whatever feels the best for you.
Okay.
Especially from the standpoint that a lot of people are a little more flexible than others.
Right. It's like some people can squat without a block behind their
Exactly.
heels.
Just
Come
more
on.
flexible.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, boy, your turn.
Let's go, boy.
Do it up, boy.
Lower back. Come on.
That's it. Come on.
Take your time.
Come on. This is a real good exercise to strengthen the spinal erectors. Usually suggest wearing a belt when you're doing this. I'm wearing a belt today.
Now also, Dr. Pete, I want to ask you, some people let their head hang, some people keep it up and watch themselves in the mirror. Is there really anything about the lower back that can contribute
When you're
to?
keeping your head up, you're keeping the low back a little bit tighter. It's a safer position.
All right.
When you go to round your back more, you are working your spinal erectors more, but you have to have a strong back to do that.
Okay. Come on, boy, let's go. Come on. Let's finish it up right. Come on. Good job.
Street go.
Okay.
Looking
All right.
straight.
All right.
Beautiful.
Okay, we're going to continue on. Here again, we're continuing with the lower back area. This is called a 45-degree hyperextension.
All
Rick
right.
is going to use some resistance as well on this. This really isolates the lower back area. How important is this a hyperextension from the standpoint of chiropractic?
Well, first off, I like to say that the design of this bench is incredible. Because it's a 45-degree, much less stress on the lower back. See, if you just hang over the end of the hyperextension bench, you overstretch your ligaments. What you really want to do with this type of angle is keep the contraction on the spinal erectors at all times.
So you actually hold the movement at the top as you come up.
right.
Okay.
Ooh, I like this.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah, this is.
Yep. Come on, here we go. Lower back, let's go. Very important. Squeeze.
You notice, Rick, that his hips are actually acting as an axis of rotation. This isolates the lower back area and fully contracts the spinal erector muscle.
This machine right here is adjustable. A lot of them aren't. You know,
Right.
and that's frustrating. You get on it and it's uncomfortable. You can't get into the movement. But this one's adjustable, so you have no problem. Come on,
I think
let's
it's
go.
important that comfort in the movement is very important to be able to really concentrate on it.
Right, and isolate the movement. Oh, come on. Come on, Pete. Let's go.
All the way, Pete. All the way
Squeeze.
up. All the way. Last set.
Oh.
Good.
Now also, when you do your abs, a lot of times it's good to go back and forth to this. Tighten up the whole midsection.
Well, this is a problem. A lot of people complain of having lower back injuries, but many times it's a combination of weak abdominals and weak lower back as well.
Good point.
And you want balance from front to back. You don't want to overdevelop your abs at the expense of your low back.
Right.
You don't want to overdevelop the low back at the expense of the abs.
All right.
Come on, Boyer.
Good point. Good point. Let's go.
Show us how it's done.
All right. Now notice he comes all the way back and really squeezes that lower back.
Excellent. Excellent.
You watch people in the gym do this, and they don't do that. They
They're
stay
swinging
right there.
back and they're swinging like a pendulum back and forth.
So really, they're wasting their time.
Come on, Boyer.
Come
Nice
on.
and tight. Come on.
Excellent.
Nice and tight.
So no matter what you're training, slow, concentrated, get the negative, focus. That's the whole trip, right? Come on.
Come on, Boyer.
All right.
All right.
Come on, boy. Let's go. Take your
Excellent
time.
extension. Look at that extension he's getting. Beautiful.
Well, he's got on his little back, so everything I've learned today from him, I'm adding into my back workout.
Okay, what we're going to do, guys, is finish off our back workout with a little rear deltoid movement.
All right.
Because since that's part of the total back structure.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing bent over lateral raises here, which isolates the rear deltoid head. You get a good shot of Rick's rear deltoids as he goes up into the fully contracted position.
He's really getting those elbows out, too.
Right.
All right, now there's a couple of ways to do this, too. People can keep them out wider, or you see people doing this. You know, what's the difference,
I
guys?
think you isolate the rear deltoid head better if you bring them out wide like you're doing now.
Okay.
I think if you bring them in close to the body like we were doing, much like a row, you're just working the back and not isolating the rear deltoid that much.
All right.
Go.
Come on. Let's go, Dr. Pete. Now,
Perfect.
also elbows. Let me ask you this, boy. A lot of times people will keep the elbows close to the body, or do you
Right.
suggest out more?
I keep them out.
We got a couple of more minutes left. About 2 or 3 more minutes, and our 30 minutes are up. I'm gonna do a couple more reps. Take us out of here.
Okay, you're on.
Okay.
Come
Bring it
on.
home.
1, 2, 3,